Hello friends and welcome to the weekly moon update. In these videos we talk about the moon energy for the current week as well as a little bit of astrology. In this video's case we are talking about the week of March 30th through April 5th, and we have a full moon in Libra week this week. I do want to mention I made a mistake in last week's video. I had simply drawn the last quarter on the wrong day. In last week's video, I said that the first quarter moon was on Monday, but that was incorrect. It was actually on Wednesday. And I discovered this from looking up at the sky, and I was like, that's not a first quarter moon. Normally, I will write FQ or LQ for first and last quarter, but I didn't in this video's case, and I obviously colored in the moon phases wrong here. So apologies for that. Our first quarter moon was technically on Wednesday in Cancer. So this week we have our full moon in Libra. So let's jump into it. So the only big astrological thing that's happening this week is that Venus is moving into Taurus. I love Venus in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so they just really go beautifully together. Venus in Taurus, or Taurus in general, is the like rules the second house of the zodiac, which is the physical, tangible things that like make us feel comfortable, the things that the creature comforts that we love. And Venus in that sign is just very cozy and comfy. I'm hoping that this shift into Taurus is really going to help shift any of that energy that may have come up when Venus was conjuncting Chiron last week, because probably some core wounds came up, and Taurus is just so soothing and comforting. I'm hoping that like we can all put a balm on whatever wound got opened last week. Okay, so Venus is moving into Taurus on Monday, and the moon is also going to be in Virgo at this time. So I love starting off the week with a Virgo moon. Virgo is going to help us get our schedule organized, to check things off of our to-do list, and help us be grounded and centered right before this full moon. We also might have some things come up that maybe came up during the eclipse. I find that like anytime the moon passes through a sign that it eclipsed in, kind of brings up this opportunity to like integrate whatever that thing was a little bit more. Like I'm always saying, like the moon is in slow, graceful phases, and it helps us to process, heal, and deal with things slowly and gracefully as well. So every time the moon is in Virgo, and especially until the last Virgo eclipse that we will be having for a while in February of 2027, it almost feels like we have this year to integrate, heal, recover from whatever may have come up during those eclipses. So this Virgo energy is closing out officially that Virgo eclipse window, and leading us up to the Libra full moon happening on Wednesday. So I don't know what's been going on with the moon in Libra lately, but we've been having like very long void of course times with the Libra moons. So it kind of feels like the moon is not in that Libra energy officially for the full 2.5 days. And I really want to point that out for in this case as well, because we'll be in Virgo all day Monday and most of Tuesday. So The moon will start to transition at 8:31 p.m. Tuesday evening and will officially move into Libra at 10:51 p.m. So that puts us into the full moon energy, even though the moon is technically not full until 10:11 Wednesday evening. But Thursday, we have this very long transition into Scorpio starting at 4:54 Thursday morning and won't move into Scorpio until Friday. So this is more than a 24-hour transition time. It feels like it's cutting that full moon energy a little bit short because we will be in Libra all day Wednesday, basically, and that's it, because the moon's going to start to transition on Thursday. So, I mean, yeah, you could do your full moon ritual on Thursday evening, but it's probably going to have more of like a Scorpio energy on Thursday evening. So I don't know if you want to really tap into that Libra energy, which I really love Libra energy. I think it's really, really beautiful and refreshing. So I want to tap into a Libra full moon. I want to feel balanced and like I'm acting with integrity and sovereignty and true, like being truthful and to who I am. And so I want to tap into that energy for the full moon. But if you're if you're interested in that void of course energy, then that's going to be happening on Thursday. So basically, we want to we want to do our full moon ritual on Libra. On we want to do our full moon rituals on Wednesday evening. Normally we kind of have this like window. You could do it Tuesday night also, as long as it's like after 11 p.m., which actually might be when you're able to see it in the sky. If you like, I live in an area where I can't see anything on the horizon because of trees and light pollution and stuff. So if I want to see the moon, it has to be like directly overhead, which usually isn't a problem for the moon because the moon will always pass overhead at some point in time. But it really limits what I'm able to see planetary wise or like constellation wise, because a lot of times astronomers will like tell you how to find like a certain constellation and they're always like, look at the western horizon, and I'm like, I can't see the western horizon. It's too, like, if it's too close to the horizon, I can't see it. It has to be directly overhead, at least in the area that I live. So we have lots of Venus energy this week, which I love for this Libra full moon. So Taurus and Libra are the two planets that are ruled by Venus. So we have this very just like lovely kind of energy this week, which I think is really beautiful. Libra season is from the end of September to the beginning of October. So it's that time of year where the leaves have already started to change, and it's just like the when you look outside, it's full of these beautiful, vibrant colors. And then Taurus is that springtime when it's not the beginning of springtime, but it's when everything's already like the trees have leafed out, so everything's all green. And like in Aries season, we have like we're seeing that we're in Aries season right now. We're seeing the like dandelions pop up and the daffodils. We're seeing those yellow flowers kind of pop up here and there. But then Taurus season is really when spring has established its roots and established itself. So you're seeing like the roses start to bloom, and like you're starting to see more color and vibrancy pop out. So both Taurus season and Libra season have that beautiful, vibrant color palette that we see during those times of years. And so this Libra full moon has that same kind of energy. That Libra helps like simplify things, and Libra energy always kind of puts me at ease because it really helps you eliminate the things. Like fall season is the time to like release and let go of things. It helps you eliminate the things that don't really matter and focus on the things that really do matter, and weigh things out and balance things out, evaluate things. And I don't know, maybe it's because I have an Aquarius moon, so I really like evaluating things and like weighing options, and I have the worst time like making decisions. So Libra puts me at ease. It's this breath of fresh air. How I remember Libra season is not only the beautiful leaves that we see during that time of year. But also in my area, I live in the South, and the summer is so hot and so humid. It's unbearable to go outside unless you want to just like have to change your clothes a million times and take a shower 3 times a day because you're sweating so much and it's just so hot. When we hit Libra season, that end of September, beginning of October, that like in October we'll still have 80 and 90-degree days, but the humidity dissipates during Libra season. And so it feels like you can finally breathe again, because when you have these hot, humid days, it's hard to breathe. It's really hard to breathe when it's so hot and so humid. So when that humidity releases and the nights start to get cooler, it's like this breath of fresh air. So Libra energy to me is that breath of fresh air. And a full moon is going to illuminate something in your life that can give you that relief, can give you that breath of fresh air, that sigh, and that relief, and I mean, it's also the scales of justice and truth, and just think of how the relief that you feel when justice is served, like when if somebody does you wrong and the truth comes out, it's such this like relief. So I'm really looking forward to this Libra full moon, and especially after how crazy eclipse season was. Like I'm ready. I'm ready for the break from the Virgo eclipses. Like I'm so ready for the break from that. Even though I know that there's another one coming in February of 2027, I'm just like, it's been too hard for me. It's been way too difficult for me, and I need a break. So I'm like, okay, we have a year to heal from this really traumatic thing that happened. And I'm ready for Libra to like illuminate something good, to illuminate something beautiful. So remember, Wednesday is the day to do your full moon ritual, unless you want to wait until after 11 p.m. on Tuesday evening, or if you want the void of course energy on Thursday. So Thursday is going to be one of those weird days where it's like, is it Libra? Is it Scorpio? Like we're kind of in this liminal space. So I don't know. I would probably like Virgo, Monday, Tuesday, get your shit done on Monday and Tuesday. Libra can certainly help you to do things. And I actually use Libra days normally, like a regular Libra day, to take care of the things that I maybe neglected with Virgo, because Virgo is so isolated and focused on things that like oftentimes things are overlooked with that when you're focusing too much. So I use Libra days to like take care of something that I forgot about. Like, oh, I forgot I have to do this, or to do something that just like makes you feel happy. Like, I don't know, read a book. Like you've been working really hard. You've been working really hard and got a lot done. And then on a Libra day, just like sit and relax and read a book and do something like leisurely, like for the pure pleasure of it. So I really think that this week is probably it's gonna be good to like get as much done as you can on Monday and Tuesday. Hopefully do something fun for your own simple enjoyment on Wednesday, and then see what happens. See what happens on Thursday. The void of course days, how I experience them is like if I try to like fill up my day with too many to-dos, I find that they just don't work out. Like just because I don't know, it's weird. Like it's like you know those things that like you try to make it work. Like void of course times kind of feel like a Mercury retrograde sometimes. That's like you keep trying to do something and you're like, this should work. Like this should be working right now, but it's not working right now. And it's just like, why? And it's just this like absence of an energy. So I wouldn't put too much pressure on Thursday. And for me personally, I'm not going to put much pressure on a Scorpio Friday either. We'll be in Scorpio almost all weekend. So from 8 o'clock in the morning Friday, all day Saturday, most of Sunday as well. And then the transition into Sagittarius is about a 4-hour transition, Sunday late afternoon. So we will be starting off next week with Sagittarius, which gives that hope and excitement and points your arrow and your compass in the direction that you want to go. So I want to go ahead and jump into our cards because 2 cards popped out for us today. And this is coming from the Osset Egyptian Oracle cards. This is by Elizabeth Jensen and illustrated by Marie Clement. And so two cards popped out. The reason I chose this deck is because I always think of the scales and Egyptian mythology of the weighing your heart at the end of your life against a feather and seeing how heavy is your heart. Okay, I'm gonna start with, I took the picture in the wrong order, but the Giza Plateau is actually number 11, so I'm just gonna start with that one. Giza Plateau, it says Sacred Journey. Oh, interesting. We have Sacred Journey and Sacred Union. Do they all say like sacred something? So first built on about 50,000 years ago, the Giza Plateau is a place of mystery and illusion, with many underground passageways connecting to the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid. This was a training and initiation complex that still exists on a divine level. Most cannot see past the physical structures and are unaware that the fate of the world actually depends on the Great Pyramid, for there is much hidden wisdom and alchemical knowledge hidden within her. And then this is a channeled message from Tahuti. I'm sure I'm saying that incorrectly. I was the creator and spiritual builder of the Great Pyramid in Giza Plateau. Come to visit when you can, but always take care to see and feel the energy here first before the structures. Many ancient initiates worked hard to leave you a special place of pilgrimage that will always exist. See past the illusions and fears of the modern world and trust that a sacred journey is always a worthwhile experience. First of all, the things that kind of jump out at me, a couple of things, but first this last phrase, see past the illusions and fears of the modern world and trust that a sacred journey is always a worthwhile experience. There, I've been having these themes of like darkness and shadow, but not necessarily in the sense that I mean like shadow work. I mean like true, like corrupt evil in this world. I'm seeing it like really surface, and I think it is affecting us. I think it's like affecting us in a negative way, heightening negative experiences and negative feelings and fears and doubts. And I don't know, like it's really like I have so many practices in place that when I'm sad or when I'm depressed, that like I can do these things and it'll lift my spirits a little, and then I can take one more step and breathe a little bit better. And those things aren't working, and while that has been something that I've experienced in the past of like just being too depressed because of whatever's going on in my life or whatever it is that I'm trying to process or heal. And I recognize that like that is depression, when you lose interest in the things that usually lift your spirits or lose interest in the things that you just simply enjoy. That is a huge marker of depression, but this feels different. Like it feels like not my own. I'm able to recognize like when I'm too sad and too depressed and I'm not enjoying the things that I usually enjoy, and the things that usually lift me up aren't lifting me up. But this is different, and it's helped me to identify like this fear is not my own, and this negative energy, this like really bad negative energy isn't like, it's not mine. It feels like we are being bombarded with this energy to suppress our light. And I'm planning on having a reading soon with medium Jenny Lee to talk about this with my guides, because I'm really like, I don't know. I'm like, this isn't mine. Like, I know that I'm sad. I know that I have reasons to be sad. I know that this grief is going to hit me in waves and it's going to come and go. Like, I have acceptance around that. I have acceptance with giving me the space and the time and the energy to heal. But like, this feels unhealable because it's not mine. Like, it feels like we are being, And I don't just mean bombarded with like the news and the state of the world and all of that. It feels like I don't know, like a like the it feels like the opposite of a Care Bear stare. It feels like this, like it feels like a propulsion or like a beam of negative energy that is meant to, oh my god, it's exactly like not Care Bears, but Rainbow Bright, that character Murky and Lurky. They're like cloud, they're machine that would like suck the darkness out of you or whatever. I'll have to look that up. It feels like that. Like I feel like we are maybe being tested with something like that. I know this is like off the rails and not related, but well, it is related because it came up in this card and I can't like not talk about it and not see it. I probably should wait until I have more clarity around this, but it just feels editing Allison here, and past Allison couldn't figure out how to get these words out, but it feels like dark and heavy and like sludgy. Like I feel like this goo or slime is caking the outside of my aura, and I'm constantly having to like clear it off. Like it feels very sludgy, like mud or like slime, and like I can't, like it's so thick and like it feels like weaponized. It feels like Murky and Lurky's Doom Cloud or whatever. Oh, and by the way, bonus points if you stay till the end of this video. I'm going to share with you the Murky and Lurky machine that I'm talking about. So comment below if you discover what the name of the machine is. Like someone's using this machine to like spray us down with negative energy, like slimy gunk that like weighs us down and like we can't like get our heads above water. I don't know. Maybe I've just finally recognized that like, wait, this isn't mine. Like this is my grief. This is my sadness. This is my depression. Like I recognize it because it's mine. Like this isn't mine. I don't know. But it does trigger my own things. So I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what else to say about that because I'm only just kind of like processing and like understanding this. But the other thing that I kind of recognize with this card, and I don't know, I just recently saw a YouTuber who went to the Giza pyramids and I think they ended up getting sick and had to stay in their hotel room for at least like 24 hours. And I watched another creator walking, I guess there's like really small tunnels that you have to walk through and you're all crouched over and it's hot. There's no air conditioning in there. Like it's so hot. You have the desert heat and people are passing out and getting sick and I'm like, wow, what a weird, obviously that looks very physically demanding to have to walk very long distances all hunched over in the desert heat. But I don't know, when I was watching the video, I was thinking like, I wonder how much of this physical exhaustion and exertion is actually like energetic, because it's like there's too much energy flowing in there and feeling like bombarded. That doesn't really have anything to do with this week, but I just recently saw multiple creators touring the pyramid. So I just remember watching it and thinking like, I wonder how much of this is like energetic. Like some of them couldn't even like go in because it felt like too much to them. But anyways, so our other card here is, oh my gosh, I'm all over the place today. Is it a Gemini day? Horus Baroque, the Temple of, oh, and this one's Sacred Union, the card on the left here. The Temple of Dendera is a shrine to the goddess Hathor, and her consort Horus is at Idufu Temple, where within the inner temple is a solar baroque or a boat. Okay, so there is a boat on there underneath that arch. Each year there is an immense festival with pilgrimages to and from both temples from the Nile River. The solar baroque holding a statue of Horus as he traveled to meet his wife Hathor at Dendra so that they could have a sacred marriage. Aw, that's so sweet. See, so this is a channeled message from Horus now. See my solar baroque that carries me to my wife Hathor, so that we may have many spiritual and sacred marriages. This was a union made in heaven, and we wish you to have this union of body and spirit also. So I am preparing the way. In ancient days, the priestesses worked constantly with energy, prayers, and spells to bring balance first to the temple and then balance and harmony to all Egypt. We are asking you to do more spiritual work to restore balance in your life. I don't know. What I'm seeing with this card is with the Libra full moon and like balancing two things, and this card being like Horus had his temple and Hathor had the other, and they like met together in this sacred union. There seems to be like this balancing and harmony, and maybe by recognizing that there are those negative forces, like actively trying, like there's always negative forces around, but this feels like an actual like attack, like a bombardment, like with the intention of suppressing and destroying the light. So by balancing and harmonizing your energies, being able to recognize your energy, like, which that's something I normally struggle with. So that's why it was so profound for me to recognize, like, hey, this isn't my sadness, this isn't my depression, because I'm constantly having to do that, because I'm just like a sponge, and I absorb other people's energies and emotions and take them on as my own. And then I'm like, why am I sad? And I'm like, oh, this isn't mine. But this wasn't like another individual's negative energy. It's like collective negative energy, but it feels like false negative. I know that doesn't make any sense. It feels exactly to me like Murky and Lurky's dark cloud machine, and someone's like pumping it into the air. I don't know. Also, the weather's going up and down. Like, there are so many things that feel so out of alignment right now that I really think that we need this Libra full moon to harmonize some balance somewhere. Because, I mean, okay, the moon cycles are off. We're having this Pisces moon cycle in Aries season. It feels so bizarre to me because I love the Pisces moon cycle. I love to use the Pisces moon cycle as my last hibernating moon cycle, and now I feel very behind because it's Aries season. Like, I should be going, should be doing things right now. Should have done all the planning, and I don't know, winter went by so fast. I feel behind, I feel off, I feel out of alignment. I feel like my bicycle tire is like wonky. And then we have this Pisces moon with a Libra full moon. So what does that mean? There's so many different things that are out of alignment right now. And my weather at the time that I'm filming this, we had an 89-degree day yesterday. The high today is like 54. It's like a 40-degree difference, 30-degree difference. Then tomorrow it's going to be in the 70s again, and then it's going to drop down to the high 40s, low 50s, and it's every single day this week is a 30-degree difference at least. And it's really screwing with, like, is it spring, is it summer, is it winter? Like, what's screwing with like my own, like, we shed our winter skin already, but now I need something to cover me back up because it's getting down to like 30 at night still. It's so bizarre, it's so weird. And then we just had the time change, which always throws everybody for a loop. Like, why do we still do that? It's just, everything is so weird and out of alignment that I really feel like we just need this Libra full moon to balance something, to harmonize something. Okay, so this was also, it's so funny that this came up. This was also the crystal that came up for me personally this week. Not this week, the week that I'm filming this. So I guess I need to be working with black kyanite more. Black kyanite is a powerful clearing and grounding stone that activates the Earth Star chakra. It clears negative energies from other stones and never needs to be cleared or cleansed itself. This is amazing. So I use black kyanite to cleanse my other crystals, even selenite. You guys, even selenite needs to be cleared. We use selenite to cleanse and clear our crystals. Like, I have this big selenite plate that, like, at the end of the day, I just throw all my jewelry on here. I throw whatever crystals I've been using throughout the day. And like once a month I'll take like I have little bowls of crystals everywhere. I set them on this plate. This needs to be cleansed also. We're gonna cleanse, like, use black kyanite to cleanse your selenite. The poor rabbit is falling off. Because you want to know why? Because I put my drinks on here. I use it as a coaster, and then now the thing is coming off. It clears negative energy from other stones and never needs to be cleared or cleansed itself. Black kyanite also helps you to connect with spirit guides, which I've read this card a million times. I did not know that. I only just noticed that. So black kyanite also helps you connect with spirit guides and access past life memories to see where your soul needs healing and retrieval. The affirmation is, I am released from negative energy. I am grounded and replenished. So I think that we all need some black kyanite, because like you will feel it. It like it looks like a broom. Like if you were to turn that sideways, it looks like a broom. And but it feels like a vacuum. It looks like a broom, but it feels like a vacuum. You can feel this like suction. Like it has this force that it feels like a vacuum. When you run it through your energetic field, it's just like sucks everything up. This is the weapon that we're using against the murky, lurky, dark cloud machine. This is the thing that's going to combat it. So everybody get yourself some black kyanite. It's pretty easy to find. Like these are actually I bought them for craft projects to make little brooms. And I think I got a whole bag for like, I mean, this was a long time ago. It's like $15 or something. Maybe it might be like 20 or 30 now, but it's totally worth it for like a whole bag. And that way I used to keep, before I had too many tarot decks, I used to keep a piece of selenite and a black kyanite with every tarot deck. So that's why I had like a whole bag of them. Anyways, this is the secret weapon. Everybody get your black kyanite and start carrying it with you so that we're not affected by that dark cloud machine that murky and lurky be spraying at us. All right, and our chakra card is the Earth Star chakra card, Sacred Gratitude. You are learning to bloom where planted, knowing all the while that accepting where you are is not a sign of the complacency or stagnation. Quite the contrary. When gratitude and appreciation are activated, you open yourself up to the infinity of the universe and create a foundation upon which possibilities are built. Let gratitude be that springboard that grounds you and propels you. The entire universe celebrates when you are grateful for your many blessings. I think that this is a card that's like calling us, I need to put this on my heart, calling us to, there are so many negative things to focus on, and it's almost like by focusing on them, they just like keep germinating and keep sprouting and keep expanding. So we need to like bring our attention back to the positive, back to the good things, because the light feels like the anchor. Normally it's like the physical, heavy, tangible things that are the anchor, but I think like we need an anchor, like a light anchor, and we need a Earth Star anchor. Like the Earth Star is our anchor down here. So I feel like we need to be like tethered Soul Star to Earth Star so that you're not falling out of alignment. So that once this Libra full moon illuminates some balance and harmony within you, so you're not like thrown off kilter again. Woo! Okay. The reason that I focus on the moon energy, we are in control of our emotions. We are in control of how we are feeling and how we are reacting to things. The moon can help us tap into that energy. If there is something that you admire, a quality that you admire about Virgo, tap into that energy on Monday and Tuesday. Find some peace and balance and harmony on Wednesday. Let yourself be spooky and weird and embrace that like dark and gloominess that like we all have within us, so that on a Scorpio moon day, so that you know, like, this is my brand of spooky. This is my spooky. That other negative energy that's like coming in, it's not mine. It's not mine. I can love and embrace and manage and work with and understand my own brand of spookiness on a Scorpio moon day, so that when I'm bombarded with that doom cloud machine, I know that it's not mine. And like these cards are saying, or like this sacred gratitude card is saying, like, if we can focus on those positive things, if we can focus on the productivity and organization of Virgo, if we can focus on balance and harmony with Libra, if we can love and embrace our shadow with Scorpio, then all of that other energy that is bouncing around in the world is not going to throw us off our path. It's not going to throw us off from our light. It's not going to throw us off of our own equilibrium. The moon gradually changes phases and signs every day and can hold our hand throughout all of this craziness. The major astrological shifts and the ascension that we have been experiencing the last few years and are continuing to experience, that's not going to change. Those big things are still going to affect us. We can only control how we feel and how we react to things. And so that's why I follow the moon. And the little bit of astrology that I do follow can help bring some positive energy into your life too. For example, like Venus moving into Taurus, it's a really lovely energy. So tap into that. Hold on to that. Hold on to that beauty. Hold on to that, the peace and balance and breath of fresh air that the Libra full moon can give you. Like there's these little things that we can grasp onto throughout the week that can help us to sustain and tolerate the rest of the big changes that are happening in this world. So I hope that you find some balance and harmony and some peace and something beautiful to be illuminated for you this week. And if not, get yourself some black kyanite and suck all that negative energy away. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon.
One blast from my super gloom boomer, and Rainbow Bright will never make anything beautiful again.
Mikey, that smells terrible.
Now, at last, I'll be the ruler of Rainbow Land. No more colors, nothing but gloom everywhere.